Alright guys, so that's a question number 9. So question number 9, they say the equation of a line through 3 and -1, that's perpendicular. Find the equation. So they say no, they say find the equation. They say equation of a line through point 3 and -1 that is perpendicular to the line defined by y equal to -x minus 1 is, okay, so we want that perpendicular line. So what I'm going to do first, right, I think the best way first, let me draw a diagram so you can get a actual picture, because if I leave like that, it's going to be weird a little bit. So I'm going to draw a diagram for the given equation first. I always take the data of given information, so I'm saying, so take to my advantage. So what I'm going to do, shows me, I'm going to draw the given equation first. What is a given equation? A given equation is y equal to -x minus 1. They say equation of a line through 3 and -1, that perpendicular to the line defining. So let's draw a line defining. Okay, so we're going to say, okay, so line defining, let's get x-intercept and y-intercept. When x is intercept, x-intercept, let me do here, x-intercept. When x-intercept, y equal to 0. So most of the time, I always like to do the little shortcuts. When x-intercept, y equal to 0. What that mean? This is going to be equal to 0. So it's going to be equal to 0, equal to -x minus 1. But you can do in the head that one. So you take this negative over, it's going to become positive x equal to -1. So meaning x equal to -1, y equal to 0. And another thing, excuse me, let me take another pen here. Another thing also, you see this sign here, excuse me. See this sign is here. Apology. The sign here, the question. This tells me everything. My graph is going to go this way. I'm saying my graph is going to go this way because it's negative. So now we go x-intercept. Now we want to get what? Y-intercept. So for y-intercept, I can just use this space here. So for y-intercept, x equal to 0. Most of the time, this is y-intercept. Only if your equation is already arranged in standard form. Like what is standard form of linear equation? Is mx plus c. Only if it's arranged in standard form. Otherwise, these can be y-intercept. You have to rearrange. So in our case, already rearranged. So our y-intercept equal to -1. It's -1. But let me show you how you get that -1. So say whenever y-intercept, x equal to 0. So what we're going to do, we're going to substitute in our given equation. So we say y equal to negative, what is our x? 0 minus 1. And the y equal to -1, because this is 0, 0 minus 1, -1. So we say 0 and y equal to -1. So we have x-intercept and y-intercept where this graph is going to cut. And like I say, just by looking at this, excuse me, it tells you the graph is going to go this way because the slope is negative. So okay, so let's plug it in there. So now we say, excuse me, so what is the x-intercept? -1 and 0. -1 and 0. -1 and 0. And x-intercept, 0 and -1. 0 and -1. 0 and -1. So you see, so our graph is going to go this way. It makes sense? Just man, my drawing is like a snake. It should be a straight line. You know what I'm saying? So straight line. I don't want to mess up, because if I'm going to mess, it's not going to look good. It's going to look so dirty. But it has to be drawn with the ruler, right? So make sure you get your ruler and then draw a straight line. Excuse me. Okay. And this is a line of a given equation, y equal to -x minus 1. But they mention something from an equation here. They say equation of a line through 3 and -1. So there's other equation of a line, which is perpendicular to this equation given. So we have equation of a line, which is what? 3 and -1, or -1 here. 3 and -1. 3 and -1. So this equation is perpendicular, means this equation must come here this way, something like that, perpendicular to the given equation. So now, what do they want? They want the equation of this new line. So we have a very simple rules here, right? Whenever two lines are perpendicular means make angle 90. If line 1, let's say, is perpendicular to the line 2, meaning if you take their slope, if they're only with the perpendicular, slope of the first line multiply the slope of the second line equal to -1. So do you have a slope of any of those lines? Yes, we have. For the first line equal to -1. Because the standard equation of linear equation, you always say mx plus c. So now if you compare this m equal to -1, x is x, m equal to -1. If there's no number here, you can say what? 1. So m equal to 1. Just like if somebody say negative x, what does that mean? It means negative mx. So what is that negative x means our m equal to negative 1. So m equal to negative 1. So I'm saying, so now we have a slope of a given line, which is this one, negative 1, and then we have to multiply by the slope of a second line. Why do we multiply? Because these two lines are perpendicular. They make angle 90. So the slope of the first line, which is given, equal to negative 1 times slope of the second line, we don't know, equal to negative 1. So divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1. So slope of a second line equal to positive 1. So this new line, it's going to be positive 1. It makes sense because any line which goes this direction, it has a positive slope. It doesn't matter where, but it's positive slope. So now we're going to say now, to get that equation now, which is going to pass through 3 and negative 1, we say y equal to mx plus c. That's a standard equation of a line. So what do we have? We have a slope. I'm going to plug in here. So let's call this m2. So y equal to, what is the slope? Positive 1. It makes sense, like I say. Positive 1 x plus c. So what is the problem now? The problem is we need to get what? C. So I'm going to call that star equation to get C. That's all. So we're going to have to look any non-coordinate which lie in that line. So we come to see this one. We found out that 3 and negative 1, it lie on that line. Because from the equation, how do they say? They say the equation of a line through. See? 3 and negative 1. So we're going to say, okay, so 3.3 and negative 1, it lies on y equal to 1x plus c. So for that case, we can substitute this coordinate into here to get c. So what is a y? Y equal to negative 1. Negative 1 equal to 1. What is a x? X equal to 3, shows me. And then plus c. So what happened? This is going to go over. So negative 1 minus 3 is going to be negative 4. So now, I think I can finish here. So I'm going to say, okay. So I can just finish everything here. Our negative 4 equal to c, or c equal to negative 4. So now we can substitute back into this equation right here, right? The equation right there. Nah. Shows me. Yeah, the green one. Because it only didn't have a c. So I'm saying c was the problem. So it's okay. So finally, y equal to 1x minus 4. So okay, so that's how the equation of a new line is gonna look. And let's see if it makes sense now. See, it makes sense. Look, this is a graph, and what is a c? This is y-intercept. This is y-intercept. Let's see if it makes sense. Yeah, it is makes sense, because look, so this must be negative 4. This is trying to bundle, man. So I'll show you how to get this distinction make sense, negative 4. So that's a question of a new. So now we go to the option, right? So if you go to the option, it's option 5, question 9, option 5. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's option 5, question 9. Question 9. Yeah, option 5. So question 9 is option 5, option 5. Option 5, option 5.